हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। तस्यारविन्दनयनस्य पदारविन्दकिञ्जल्कमिश्रतुलसीमकरन्दवायुः अन्तर्गतस्वविवरेण चकार तेषां संक्षोभमक्षरजुषाम् अपि चित्ततन्वो नेहयत्कर्मधर्माय न विरागाय कल्पते न तीर्थपदसेवायै जीवनपि मृतो हि सः प्रसङ्गमजरं पाशम् आत्मना कवयो विदो स एव साधुषु कृतो मोक्षद्वारमपावृतम् तितिक्षव कारुणिका सुहृदः सर्वदेहिनाम् अजातशत्रवः शान्ता साधवः साधुभूषणा सतां प्रसङ्गान् मम वीर्यसंविदो भवन्ति हृत्कर्णरसायना कथा तज्जोषणादाशपवर्गवर्त्मनि श्रद्धारतिर्भक्तिरनुक्रमिष्यति हासं हरेरवनताखिललोकतीव्र शोकाश्रुसागरविशोषणमत्युदारम् सम्मोहनाय रचितं निजमाययास्य भ्रूमण्डलं मुनिकृते मकरध्वजस्य मद्गुणश्रुतिमात्रेण मयि सर्वगुहाशये मनोगतिरविच्छिन्ना यथा गङ्गाम्बसोऽम्बुधौ लक्षणं भक्तियोगस्य निर्गुणस्य उदाहृतम् अहैतुक्यव्यवहिताया भक्तिपुरुषोत्तमे सालोक्यसारष्टिसामीप्य सारूपैकत्वमपि उत दीयमानं न गृह्णन्ति विना मत्सेवनं जना यन्नामधेय श्रवणानुकीर्तनात् यत्प्रवलनाद् यत् स्मरणादपि क्वचित् स्वादोऽपि सद्य सवनाय कल्पते कुतः पुनस्ते भगवन्मुदर्शनात् अहो पतश्व पचतो गरीयान् यज्जिह्वाग्रे वर्तते नाम तुभ्यम् ते पुस्तपस्ते जुहुवुषष्ठुरार्या ब्रह्मानुचुर्नाम गृह्णन्ति ये ते हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Let's continue our study of Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam. We are going to continue from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 21st, entitled Conversation between Shri Swayambhuva Manu and Shri Kardama Muni. We are going to start from text number 35. But before we do that, I want to read the last sentence of the previous purport to text 34. Srila Prabhupada says, Kardama Muni was a liberated soul who saw the Supreme Person, who saw the Supreme Lord in person, face to face. There is no doubt that he was liberated. And thus he could see Garud carrying the Lord on the way to Vaikuntha and hear the flapping of his wings vibrating the sound of Hare Krishna, the essence of the Samaved. So, few things here. Hare Krishna. First of all, Kardama Muni was a liberated soul. That is why he could have darshan of the Supreme Lord. Number two, Srila Prabhupada is saying that Samaved was being generated when Garudji was flapping the wings. That's what Srimad Bhagavatam says. Srila Prabhupada interprets that as Garudji's wings were vibrating the sound Hare Krishna. Bhagavatam says Samaved. Prabhupada says Hare Krishna, which is the essence of Samaved. So this is very important. Whenever we read Shastra, we should always see the different pastimes mentioned in the Shastra through the eyes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's followers, our parampara. So, for example, when we say that Lord Shiva is sitting and chanting with a Japamala, we should think that he is chanting Hare Krishna. That is how we will make advancement and we will have the understanding of the Shastra the way we are supposed to understand. We have to see Shastra through the eyes of our acharyas. Because प्रति श्लोके प्रति अक्षरे नाना अर्थ का है. Krishna Tulla Bhagavata Vibhu Sarvashraya. Shastra can be understood through many angles of vision. And we have to primarily understand Shastra through the angle of vision given by our acharyas. There are many angles. Ram Bhakta में see Lord Shiva chanting Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. For them, that is perfect. But this is very sweet that Srila Prabhupada is seeing Garudji flapping wings, and Srila Prabhupada is seeing that Garudji's flapping of wings produce Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare, like that. That is very nice. Please don't think that this is some misinterpretation of the Shastra. No. Krishna Tulya Bhagavata Vibhu Sarvashraya Prati Shloke Prati Akshare Nana Arthaka. And we have to take the meaning that our acharyas are giving. There is nothing wrong because ultimately Prabhupada explains Hare Krishna is the essence of the Vedas. Sarva mantra sar naam, a shastra marma. So, essence of all the Vedic mantras is Nam, Krishna, Hare. Text 35. Now we begin. Atha sam prasthite shukle kardamo bhagavan rishihi aste sma bindu sarasi tam kalam pratipalayan. All translations and purports by our beloved founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Srila Bhai Charana Arvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Then, after the departure of Lord Vishnu, the worshipful sage Sri Kardama Muni stayed on the bank of Bindu Sarovar. Bindu Sarasi means Bindu Sarovar, awaiting the time of which Lord Vishnu had spoken. Tam kalam pratipalayan. He was waiting. Because what did Lord Vishnu say? That very soon the king of the world, Swayambhuva Manu, will come. He is looking for a suitable husband for his daughter. So now he is waiting. Kardam Muni is waiting on the banks of Bindu Sarovar. Text 36. Manu Sandanam Asthaya Shata Kaumbha Parichadam Aropya Swam Duhitaram Sabharya Paryatan Mahim. Shri Swayambhuva Manu, with his wife Shatarupa, mounted his chariot, which was decorated with golden ornaments. Placing his daughter on it, along with them, Shri Swayambhuva Manu began traveling all over the earth. Paryatan Mahim. Mahim means earth planet. Paryatan means He was traveling. Who? Manu Sa Bharya, along with his wife and Swam Duhitaram. Duhitaram means his daughter. Matra Swashra Duhitrava. Na vivaktasano bhavet. Balavan Indriya Gramo. Vidvamsham api karshati. So Duhitra means daughter. Purport. Srila Prabhupada says the Emperor Manu, as the great ruler of the world, could have engaged an agent to find a suitable husband for his daughter. But because he loved her just as a father should, he himself left his state, his palace on a golden chariot, with only his wife to find her a suitable husband. Few things. One thing is that Swayambhu Manu was extremely powerful. He did not need bodyguards. Hare Krishna. He did not need bodyguards. He was very powerful. Number two, his kingdom was so well managed that there weren't so many criminals and miscreants. So he didn't have to take bodyguard with him. Text 37. Tasmin sudhanvan ahani bhagavan yat samadishat upayad ashram padam mune shanta vratasya tat. Shri Maitreya Muni is telling, O Vidur, Shri Swayambhu Manu, his wife Shatarupa, and daughter Devahuti reached the hermitage of sage Shri Kardama Muni, who had just completed his vows of austerity on the very day foretold by the Lord. Mune Shanta Vratasya, where he had performed his vrat. Shanta vrat means he had just completed his vrat. Unka vrat shant hua. He had just completed his vrat. Texts 38 and 39. Yasmin bhagavato netranyapatan ashrubindavah kripaya samparitasya prapanner pitaya bhrisham tadvai bindu saro nama saraswatya pariplutam punyam shivamrita jalam Maharshi Ganasevitam. Very beautiful verses. Shri Maitreya Muni is telling Mahatma Vidur, the holy lake called Bindu Sarovar, flooded by the waters of the river Saraswati, was resorted to by hosts of eminent sages. Its holy water was not only auspicious, but as sweet as nectar. The water of Bindu Sarovar came from the Saraswati river. Saraswatya Pariplutam. It was flooding with the water of Saraswati river. But why it was called Bindu Sarovar? Because it was called Bindu Sarovar because drops of tears had fallen there from the eyes of the Lord. Hari Bol. Yasmin Bhagavatah Netrat Nyapatan Ashru Bindava. Ashru Bindu fell from the eyes of Bhagavan, Shri Vishnu. Samparitasya. Why they failed? Because Kripaya Samparitasya. Out of compassion, Lord Vishnu's heart was overwhelmed. Why? Because he saw the tapasya of the surrendered devotee. Prapanne. Kardama Muni was surrendered devotee. Seeing how he was performing hard tapasya for the satisfaction of Lord Vishnu. Out of joy, Lord Vishnu shed tears of love for Kardama Muni. Those tears fell and they formed a Bindu Sarovar. So it is called Bindu Sarovar because Bhagavato Netran Nyapatan Ashru Bindava. It was created by the Ashru, tears from the eyes of Bhagwan Vishnu. And it was, the water is auspicious and it is nectar. What is the word used? It is Jalam Shiva Amrit. Punyam Shiva Amrit. It is Punya, it is holy. It is Shiva, it is auspicious. And it is Amrit. It is nectar. That is the nature of the water of Bindu Sarovar. This Bindu Sarovar still exists. Purport. Sri Kardam Muni underwent austerities to gain the causeless mercy of Lord Vishnu, and when Lord Vishnu arrived there, he was so compassionate that in pleasure he shed tears, which became Bindu Sarovar. Bindu Sarovar, therefore, is worshipped by great sages and learned scholars. Because Prabhupada says the tears are not different from Krishna. Krishna's tears are not different from Krishna's words are not different from Krishna. Krishna's name is not different from Krishna. Like that. And Srila Prabhupada says the water of Bindu Sarovar is described here as Shivamrita Jala. Punyam Shivamritam Jalam. It's very pure, very holy, very auspicious. Prabhupada says Shiva means to cure also. Anyone who drinks the water of Bindu Sarovar is cured of all material diseases. Similarly, anyone who takes bath in Ganga is also relieved of all material diseases. Material disease means what is our real material disease? The tendency to enjoy in this world, the tendency to forget Krishna, to engage in sense gratification, to engage in sinful activities like eating, sleeping, like meat eating, intoxication, illicit sex, gambling. Text 40. Punya drumalata jalai kujat punya mriga dvijay sarvartu phala pushpadhyam vanaraji shriyanvitam. The shore of Bindu Sarovar was surrounded by clusters of pious trees, creepers, rich in fruits and vegetables of all seasons, that afforded shelter to pious animals and birds, which uttered various cries. It was adorned by the beauty of groves of forest trees. Ritu, Phala, Pushpa, Adyam. Adyam means it was rich with, filled with. In the purport, so Bindu Sarovar was very beautiful. The water itself was Saraswati river, Lord Vishnu's tears mixed together. And around the Bindu Sarovar, there are beautiful plants, creepers, and trees, all very pious trees, pious creepers, bearing fruits, flowers. Purport. It is stated here that Bindu Sarovar was surrounded by pious trees and birds. As there are different classes of men in society, some men are pious, some are impious, sinful. So also among trees and birds, there are pious and impious. Prabhupada says generally trees that bear nice fruits and flowers, they are called pious trees. Every tree bore fruits and flowers, and every bird, see now, Prabhupada again saying, every bird near Bindu Sarovar, every bird sang the glories of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We should see everything in the Shastra through the eyes of our Acharyas. That is the way we will make progress. मत्तद्विजागणैर् घुष्टं मत्त भ्रमर विभ्रमं मत्त बर्हि नटाटोपम आवयन्मत्त कोकिलम. The area resounded with the notes of overjoyed birds. Intoxicated bees wandered there. Intoxicated peacocks proudly danced, and merry cuckoos called one another. So overall, Sri Maitreya Muni is describing the ambience around Bindu Sarovar. Very beautiful, very natural, very pleasing, with nice fruit bearing trees, flower bearing creepers and plants, beautiful, pristine, clear water of Bindu Sarovar, which was auspicious, pure, holy, and There are very wonderfully singing birds and very attractive, friendly animals, flora, fauna. Everything is being described. Texts 42 and 43. Kadamba Champaka Shoka Karanja Bakulasanaihi Kunda Mandara Kutajaishchuta Potair Alankritam Karandavaiplavairhamsai Kurarairjalakukkutai Sarasaischakravakaischa Chakorairvalgukujitam. Lake Bindu Sarovar was adorned by flowering trees such as Kadamba, Champak, Ashok, Karanja, Bakula, Asan, Kunda, Mandar, Kutaja, and young mango trees. The air was filled with the pleasing notes of Karandava, ducks, plovers, swans, ospreys, waterfowl, cranes, Chakravakas, and Chakoras. So, very, very beautiful. Plants, flowers, fruits, birds, animals. Purport. Srila Prabhupada writes, for most of the trees, flowers, fruits, and birds mentioned here, as those surrounding the Bindu Sarovar lake, English synonyms cannot be found. All the trees mentioned are very pious in that they produce nice aromatic flower, such as champak, kadamba, and bakul. The sweet sounds of waterfowl and cranes made the surrounding area as pleasant as possible and created a very suitable spiritual atmosphere. Text 44. तथैव हरिणे क्रोडैः श्वाविद् गवयकुञ्जरैः गोपुच्छैर्हरिभिर्मर्कैर्निकुलैर्नाभिभिर्वृतम्. Bindusarovar's shores abounded with deer, boars, porcupines, gavayas, elephants, baboons, lions, monkeys, mongooses, and musk deer. Srila Prabhupada says specifically musk deer deer's nabhi means musk deer. They have fragrance in their navel. Srila Prabhupada writes in the Purport, musk deer are not found in every forest, but only in places like Bindu Sarovar. And these musk deers are always intoxicated by the aroma of musk secreted from their navels. Gavayas, the species of cow mentioned herein, bear a bunch of hair at the end of their tails. They have hairy, bushy tail. This bunch of hair is used in temple worship to fan the deities, chamar. Gavayas, these special types of cows, are sometimes called chamaris and they are considered very sacred. Chamaris. We make chamar from that. Texts 45, 46, and 47. Pravishya tattirthavaram adi raja sahatmajah dadarsha munim asinam tasmin huta hutashanam vidyotamanam vapusha tapas ugra yujachiram natiksham bhagavatah snigdhapangavalokanat तद्व्याहृतामृतकला पीयूष श्रवणेन च प्रांशुं पद्मपलाशाक्षं जटिलं चीरवाससम् उपसंश्रित्य मलिनं यथार्हणम् असंस्कृतम्. Entering that most sacred spot with his daughter Devahuti and going near the sage Kardama Muni, the first monarch, Sri Swayambhuva Manu, Adi Raja, the first king, saw the sage sitting in his hermitage, having just propitiated the sacred fire by pouring oblations into it. His body shone most brilliantly, though he had engaged in austere penance for a long time. He was not emaciated, for the Lord had cast his affectionate sidelong glance upon him, and he had also heard the nectar flowing from the moon-like words of the Lord. Gauri Chandra. The sage was tall, his eyes were large like the petals of a lotus, and he had matted locks on his head. He was clad only in rags. Swayambhu Manu approached and saw him to be somewhat soiled. How? Like an unpolished gem. Swayambhu Manu saw Kardamuni like an unpolished gem. Purport. Here are some of the descriptions of a brahmachari yogi. In the morning, the first duty of brahmachari seeking spiritual elevation is hutashana, to offer sacrificial oblations to Supreme Lord in the fire. Those engaged in brahmacharya cannot sleep until 7, 9 o'clock in the morning. No, they must rise early in the morning, at least 1.5 hours before sunrise, and offer oblations. Or in this age, they must chant the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. As referred to by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Kalau Nasteva 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 Gatiranyatha. There is no other alternative to chanting the holy names of Krishna. No other alternative, no other alternative in this age to the chanting of the names of Lord Krishna. The brahmachari must rise early in the morning and after placing himself should chant the holy name of the Lord. From the very features of the sage, it appeared that he had undergone great austerity. That is a sign of one observing brahmacharya, the vow of celibacy. If one lives otherwise, without brahmacharya, it will be manifest in the lust visible in his face and body. Srila Prabhupada says, by looking at the face and the body, one can come to know whether this person is lusty or this person is a brahmachari. The word Vidyotamanam indicates that a brahmachari feature showed in his body. In his body could make out that he has got Brahma Tej, Brahmacharya. That is a certificate that one has to undergo great austerity in yoga. A drunkard or a smoker or sex monger can never be eligible to practice yoga. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada told us, difficult as it may be, but follow the four regulative principles. Further down, here the word Snigdha Pangavalokanat means that Kardam Muni was fortunate enough to see Supreme Lord Vishnu face to face. He looked healthy because he had directly received the nectarian sound vibrations from the lotus lips of the Supreme Personality. Because Kardama Muni had had a conversation with the Supreme Lord, he was at a very exalted stage. He was like an unpolished gem. Even if a gem is taken from a mine and looks unpolished, the luster of the gem cannot be stopped. Similarly, although Kardama Muni was not properly dressed and his body was not properly cleansed, his overall appearance was gem-like. Athotajam upayatam nridevam pranatam puraha saparyaya paryagrinat pratinandyanurupaya. Seeing that the monarch had come to his hermitage and was bowing before him, the sage greeted him with benediction and received him with due honor. As soon as Kardamuni saw that Swayambhuva Manu has come on his golden chariot with his wife Shatarupa and his daughter Devahuti, Kardamuni received them very well, gave them very nice hospitality, even though he had nothing. Seeing the king Swayambhu Manu bowing down, offering respects to him, the sage greeted him with benediction. Nrideva means the king. Nrideva Pranatam. Nrideva Pranatam means the king Swayambhu Manu offered obeisances to Kardama Muni. And Kardama Muni gave him blessings. Prabhupada says in the purport, it is a duty of the hermit, sage, sadhu, to offer blessings to kings who approach. He's a king, and here is a Brahman, so he offered blessings. Even though he is the father-in-law, and Kardama Muni is not the son-in-law. 49. गृहीतार्हणम् आसीनं संयतं प्रीणयन् मुनि स्मरन् भगवद् आदेशम् इत आह श्लक्षणा श्लक्षणया गिरा. After receiving the sage's attention, King Swayambhu Manu sat down and was silent. Recalling the instructions of Lord Vishnu, Kardama Muni then spoke to the king as follows, delighting him with his sweet words. Now, Kardama Muni is going to speak and is going to delight the king with his sweet words. Nunam Chankramanam Deva Satam Samrakshanayate Vidhaya Chasatam Yastvam Hare Shakti Ripalini. Shri Kardama Muni is telling Swayambhu Manu, the tour you have undertaken, O Lord, O Dev, is surely intended to protect the virtuous and kill the demons, since you embody the protecting energy of Sri Hari. Hare Shakti Hi Palini. The Palini Shakti, the protective energy of Krishna, O King, you are the representative. You represent Krishna's protective Shakti, Palini Shakti. Therefore, you have come here, O King, it must be for a divine purpose. Purport. Srila Prabhupada says it appears from many Vedic literatures, especially histories like Srimad Bhagavatam Puranas, that the pious kings of old times used to tour their kingdoms in order to punish the miscreants and protect the pious devotees. Sometimes they used to kill animals in the forest to practice the art of killing, because without such practice, they would not be able to kill the undesirable elements. Kshatriyas are allowed to commit violence in that way, because violence for a good purpose is part of their duty. Here, two terms are clearly mentioned: vadhaya, for the purpose of doing vad, killing, and asatam, those who are undesirable. A Kshatriya will kill those who are undesirable. Prabhupada says in Bhagavad Gita 4.8, Lord Krishna says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. The Lord descends to give protection to the pious, and Lord descends to kill the demons. The potency, therefore, to give protection to the pious and kill the demons or undesirables is directly an energy from the Supreme Lord. In this age, it is very difficult to find such a head of state who is expert in killing the undesirables. A real leader should be able to destroy undesirable activities in society. Text 51. Yorkendev Agnindra Vayunam Yama Dharma Prachesatam Rupani Sthana Adatse Tasmai Shuklayate Namaha. You assume, O Lord Shri Swayambhu Manu, you assume when necessary the part of the sun god, the moon god, Agni, god of fire, Indra, the lord of paradise, Vayu, the wind god, Yam, the god of punishment, Dharma, the god of piety, and Varun, the god presiding over all the waters. All obeisances to you, who are none other than Lord Vishnu. So they are all saying that you are Lord Vishnu, you are Lord Vishnu. Tasmai Shuklayate Namah. Shukla means Lord Vishnu. Purport. Since the sage Kardama Muni was a Brahman and Swayambhu Muni Kshatriya, the sage was not supposed to offer his obeisances. But he offered his obeisances to Swayambhu Manu because as Manu, the king, emperor, he was the representative of the Supreme Lord. Swayambhu Manu bowed down to Kardama Muni, and now Kardama Muni is bowing down to Swayambhu Manu because he is the king, representing Supreme Lord. So, dear devotees, I wanted to finish this chapter. But should we stop here today? How many verses? Oh, there are only few more verses. Okay, let's finish the chapter. Text 52, 53, 54. न यदा रथम् आस्थाय जैत्रं मणिगणार्पितम् विस्फुर्जत् छण्ड कोदण्डो रथेन त्रासयन् अघान् स्वसैन्यचरण क्षुण्णं वेपयन्मण्डलं भुवः विकर्षन् बृहतीं सेनां प्रयत् प्रयट्स् प्रयटस् अंशुमान् इव तदैव सेतवः सर्वे वर्णाश्रमनिबन्धनाः भगवद्रचिता राजन् भिद्येरन्बतदस्युभिः. If you did not mount your victorious jeweled chariot, whose mere presence threatens the culprits, if you did not produce fierce sounds by the twanging of your bow, and if you did not roam about the world like the brilliant sun leading a huge army, whose trampling feet cause the globe of the earth to tremble, then all the moral laws governing the varnas and ashramas created by the Lord Himself would be broken as rogues and rascals. So Kardamuni is glorifying the king that because you are creating law and order, you are maintaining law and order, things are going on very well. You are very powerful. Text purport. It is a duty of a responsible king to protect the social and spiritual orders in human society. Varna ashram, four varnas, four ashrams. And Kshatriya is meant to protect everybody else. Unfortunately, for want of proper protection by responsible Kshatriya kings, the system of social and spiritual order has now become a hereditary caste system, but this is not actually the system. Prabhupada doesn't say that one becomes a Brahman or Kshatriya just by birth. Not possible. Real advancement is advancement toward spiritual realization, and the community which acted toward this end was known as the Aryan civilization. Aryan civilization means civilization for spiritual progress. Further down, Indian civilization on the basis of the four varnas and ashrams deteriorated because of our dependency on foreigners. And those who did not follow the civilization of varnashram, thus the varnashram system has now been degraded into a caste system because of foreign invasions. Prabhupada says the institution of four varnas and four ashrams created by Krishna, Chatur Varna Maya Shrishtam Gunakaro Vyavakasha. Prabhupada says we must remember that. They're created by Krishna. Something created by Krishna cannot be destroyed. The divisions of Varna and Ashram will continue to exist, Prabhupada says, either in their original form or in degraded form, like we see today. But because they are created by the Lord, the personality of Godhead, they cannot be extinguished. Later on, Satyug will start, again, Varnashram will be properly instituted. 55. Adharmascha samedheta lolupair nirvi shayane tvai lokoyam dasyo grasto vinangshati. If you gave up all thought of the world situation, unrighteousness would flourish. For men who hanker only after money would be unopposed in that case. Such miscreants would attack and the world would perish. Therefore, O Kardamuni is saying, therefore, O Swayambhu Mani, you are most respectable. Purport. Because the scientific division, Varna Ashram, is now being extinguished, entire world is being governed by unwanted men who have no training in religion, politics, social order. And it's a very deplorable condition. Prabhupada says further down, one simply claims that because he is born in a Brahmana Kshatriya family, he is therefore a Brahmana Kshatriya, even though he performs activities of duties of Shudra. No, we are what we do. We are by what work we do, that is what we are actually are. Text 56. Just like somebody is a doctor, doesn't mean that their son automatically becomes a doctor. Text 56. Athapi priche tvam vira yadartham tvam ihagatah तद्वयं निर्व्यलीकेन प्रतिपद्यामहे हृदा. Last verse. Shri Kardama Muni is praying to Swayambhuva Manu. In spite of all this, I ask you, O valiant king Swayambhuva Manu, the purpose for which you have come here, whatever it may be, you shall carry it out without reservation. He's asking, so what brings you here? Prabhupada says, when a guest comes, there must be some special purpose. We should try to understand why the guest has come. Towards the end of the purport, Srila Prabhupada says that Kshatram Dvijatvam. Kshatram means the royal order Kshatriyas, and Dvijatvam means the Brahmanas. They should work together, Prabhupada says. Mutually beneficial, they should work each other. Kshatriya protects the Brahman, Brahman tells Kshatriya how to progress spiritually. Royal order would give protection to the Brahmanas for the cultivation of spiritual advancement in society. And the Brahmanas would give their valuable spiritual instructions to the royal order to elevate them to the spiritual platform. This way, both of them would benefit. Cooperation between Brahmanas and Kshatriyas. Very important. Brahmanas need protection and Kshatriyas need spiritual enlightenment. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the third canto, 21st chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Conversation between Swayambhuva Manu and Kardama Muni. Now, Krishna willing, we will continue tomorrow, chapter 22, entitled The Marriage of Kardama Muni and Devahuti Mata. So, Ajay Gundru plan to do tomorrow, unless something comes up. So, we'll have the class tomorrow. We'll start the new chapter, chapter 22. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Let us see now what happens between Swayambhuva Manu, Shatarupa, their daughter Devahuti, and Kardama Muni. Everything is being arranged by Lord Vishnu. So very wonderful. Okay, so I will stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any questions or comments? No? Okay. So we'll see you tomorrow, 8:30 p.m., same time. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur.
Thank you,
Prabhu.
Prabhu.